It's kind of crazy when you think about it. Most people would rather stay stuck than try something new, even when they're miserable. Let me show you why. Picture this. You open the door of a bird cage. The bird looks at the open sky and does not move. Sounds strange, right? But humans do this every single day. We sit in jobs that we hate. We stay in routines that drain us. We complain every Monday and promise ourselves, one day I'll change. And then years pass and nothing changes. Not because people are lazy, not because they're weak, but because of how the brain is wired. Inside your mind, two parts are always having a conversation. One part says, let's try something different. The other part screams, danger, stay right where you are. And guess which one usually wins? The scared part. Almost every time, your brain's job is not happiness. Its job is survival. And to your brain, change feels like a threat. Think about someone stuck in a job they hate. They complain, they're exhausted, they know it's costing them their energy, their joy, their health. But when they think about quitting, their chest tightens, their stomach knots, their thoughts race. What if I fail? What if I regret it? What if I end up worse off? So they stay, not because staying feels good, but because it feels predictable. And here's the wild part. When you think about changing anything, your brain releases stress chemicals. Not excitement, not motivation, stress. It's as if your brain thinks there's a lion in the room. Except there is no lion, just a new opportunity. Your brain does not know the difference between real danger and imagined danger, so it treats both the same. Now, remember when you learned to walk, you fell over and over again. Did you stop? No, because back then you had not learned fear yet. You just tried, but now you overthink everything. And those thoughts, what if I fail? What if people judge me? They become invisible chains. Here's something nobody tells you. The fear of change is not really about the change. It's about losing control. Your brain loves patterns. It loves knowing what comes next. When you break a pattern, even a painful one, your brain panics, not because the change is bad, but because uncertainty feels unsafe, even when safe means unhappy. Now, imagine two friends, both unhappy. Friend one says, I'm going to change everything next year. Friend two says, I'm going to change one small thing today. Who actually changes? The second one, because he or she did not let fear grow into a wall. He took a step. Small steps don't scare the brain as much. It's like sneaking past the guard dog instead of trying to fight it. Now, people who fear change all have one thing in common. Their brain runs worst case scenarios, a horror movie on repeat. If I start a business, I'll lose everything. If I end this relationship, I'll be alone forever. If I move, I will have no friends. Always the worst ending. And here's what research shows. People's stress levels rise just from imagining change. They did not even do anything. That tells us something very powerful. The fear isn't real. It's imagination, and imagination can be trained. When somebody avoids change long enough, something deeper happens. They start to identify with being stuck. I'm just not a risk taker. I'm too old to change. This is just how I am. And those are not truths. They're stories. And stories are powerful, but they're still stories. Now let's talk about how change actually feels. Your heart races, your palms sweat, your stomach tightens. Those sensations, they are not fear. They are activation. The same sensation you feel when you're excited. The difference is the label. Same body, different meaning. Now you might be thinking, but what if I fail? And that's a fair question. Sometimes change is hard. Sometimes you do fail. But let me ask you something. What's harder? Failing or waking up 5 years from now realizing nothing changed? Same problem, same frustrations, just older. Eventually, the pain of staying the same becomes bigger than the fear of change. Let me ask you something personal. What's one thing in your life right now that you know needs to change? Don't say it out loud. Just notice it. That uncomfortable feeling you feel, That is not weakness. That's awareness. And awareness is always the first step. People who overcome fear do not eliminate it. They stop letting it make every decision. They say, I see you, and I'm moving anyways. They also change one question. Instead of, what if this goes wrong? They ask, what if this goes right? Same situation, completely different focus. Now, your comfort zone is not actually comfortable. It's just familiar. Real comfort comes from growth, from proving to yourself again and again that you are capable of more. And here's the truth, you will never feel completely ready. That's not how courage works. Courage is action with fear. You don't need to change anything today, just one thing, one small step. That's how everything begins. And if you're feeling this, you're not broken, you're human. And you are not alone, my friend. We grow not by waiting for fear to disappear, but by learning to walk forward together. If this message resonated with you, please share this with someone that it could help. And please hit like and subscribe. It really means a lot to me. Thank you, and see you in the next one.